never imagined that at 70 years old, I'd become homeless because of my own son. That rainy night, he stood at the front door with his arms crossed and quietly said, "Mom, you need to leave." I stared at him, hoping it was just a cruel joke. I had raised him alone after his father died. I worked 2 jobs, skipped meals, and even sold my wedding ring so he could finish college. But now, the house I had once called home no longer had a place for me. As I picked up my old suitcase, I heard my little granddaughter crying upstairs, shouting, "Grandma, don't go." I didn't know that her tears would soon change everything. It hadn't happened overnight. Ever since my son married Emily, everything slowly changed. She hated the way I cooked, the way I talked, even the way I laughed. Little by little, she convinced my son that I was becoming a burden. Every dinner ended with silence. Every morning felt colder than the last. Still, I stayed because I loved my family, especially my granddaughter Lily. She was the only one who hugged me every day and whispered, "You're my favorite person." But that night, as I walked away in the rain, I felt like my whole world had ended. I spent the next few nights at a small church shelter. I cried myself to sleep, wondering where I had gone wrong as a mother. Then, while unpacking my old clothes, I noticed a tiny pink backpack inside my suitcase. It belonged to Lily. Confused, I opened it and found a folded letter written in her messy little handwriting. My hands trembled as I read the first sentence. "Grandma, I know Mommy lied about you. Please don't stop loving me." Tears rolled down my face, but there was something else hidden beneath the letter that I never expected. Under Lily's letter was an old envelope containing copies of important family papers. My late husband had secretly placed the house in a family trust years before he passed away. Legally, no one could force me out. Emily had hidden those papers because she wanted the house for herself. When my son finally discovered the truth, his face turned pale. For the first time, he realized he had believed lies instead of the woman who had sacrificed everything for him. The next morning, there was a knock at my shelter door. It was my son. His eyes were red from crying. He fell to his knees and said, "Mom, I'm so sorry. I failed you." Behind him stood Lily, holding a small bouquet of wildflowers. She ran into my arms and whispered, "I told Daddy you're the best grandma in the world." My heart wanted to forgive him, but the pain of that rainy night still echoed inside me. A week later, my son asked me to come back home. Emily admitted everything and apologized with tears in her eyes. But I had changed. I told them, "A home isn't made of walls. It's made of love and respect." Instead of moving back, I chose a small, peaceful apartment nearby. I wanted peace, not pity. My son visited every weekend, and Lily never missed a single Sunday with me. Years later, Lily stood on a graduation stage and dedicated her biggest achievement to one person. Looking straight at me, she smiled and said, "Everything I am today is because my grandmother taught me what real love looks like." The entire room stood and applauded. My son quietly wiped away his tears. That was the moment he truly understood that parents may forgive, but the scars of betrayal never completely disappear. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can heal an entire family. And sometimes a granddaughter becomes the greatest blessing of all.